Hi guys, Ryan here with another video. This is going to be the first video of our awesome game series. I'm just going to be showing you pretty cool games, like really cool, and you can later analyze them yourself if you're really interested in them, and you can see how they went wrong and how the position turned out to be what it was. So in this series, you're usually going to do one game per video just to expose you to it and just have it for a bit of like a good laugh and entertainment. So it's going to be the first game, Kasparov vs. Topalov, 1999. So let's get into it. So e4, d6, he's playing basically kind of like the perk at this point. Yeah, so he's playing the perk. Kasparov having a good structure against it, just developing his pieces. Bishop h6, kind of going for the attack, but not really. Just trading that important dark squared bishop for black and trying to not let black really castle anywhere, because it's going to be really dangerous if he castles on the king side. So they trade, bishop b7, just developing a3, stopping b4, and e5. So making a movement in the center. Kasparov just Kasparov just castles so that once he takes d4, then rook takes d4, and he's putting pressure on d6. Queen e7, king b1, getting his king controlled, and safe a6, reinforcing b5 in case of c5. Knight c1, maybe maneuvering to b3 to a5, like to here to there. Probably castles. Yep, I was right. He moved his knight to b3 because I've taken a look at these games before anyway, so shouldn't really be surprised. Take, rook takes. Okay, the idea of putting pressure on the d6 pawn. c5, a6 comes in handy here because of the b5 pawn. Rook d1 going back. Knight b6 developing. Maybe trying to go knight c4 later. g3, maybe bishop h3 ideas. So just going back and making his king safe, and then knight a5. So basically what Kasparov wants to do is just place his knight there. It's a pretty pesky knight. Now black can't move his light squared bishop back because of knight c6 and his family fork. And later he just wants to take this bishop and have a good uncontested bishop on f1. So bishop a8, saving his bishop. Bishop h3, develop. d5, okay. Making a move in the center. It's going to be pretty interesting how Kasparov deals with it. Say checks, queen f4, king goes to the side, and rook e1. So if he takes, the rook is going to be on the same file as the queen, and it's going to be pretty dangerous for Topalov. Sorry, I keep forgetting to do that. d4. And from this point on, I'd like you to pause your video each move just to see what you could find, because this is kind of where the brilliance comes in, the brilliancy factor. So, like, pause your video and try to find a move for white each move. You can, like, score yourself on how many moves you got right, because it's going to be like a combination. And yeah, so just pause your video here if you want to do that. If you don't, I'm just going to keep going with the game. So, white plays knight d5, and the point is that once any of the pieces take it, like the bishop, the knight, or the other knight, once the pawn takes it, the rook is going to have a shot to the queen. So, take or take or take, and then just takes, and it's going to have a free shot at the queen. And the f file is going to be weak. Either the knight takes it or the other pieces take it. If this knight takes it, then the f7 pawn. If the other pieces take it, then the knight. So, knight b6 takes d5. E takes, okay, same idea. Queen d6, okay. Now, here, definitely pause your video, because this is where the really cool stuff happens. So, pause your video and see if you can find a move for white, because I'm just going to keep going. So, yeah, pause your video if you want. If you want to keep going, I'm just going to show it as I said. And the move is boom shakalaka. Rook takes d4. So now if queen takes f4, just rook takes, and nothing happens. He's just going to be up 2 pawns because of rook e7 check and f7. So now, it was probably the best option for Topalov though, because once he takes, he could have taken on d5. Then after take on f7, king b6. And that probably would have been the best option. But instead, he takes. Which is not bad if you don't see the reason Kasparov played this. So now, pause your video once again. If you found the first move, you're probably going to find the second. But if you didn't find the first move, make it a challenge to find this move. Because I'm just going to play it now. It's... dang. Check. Rook e7 check. This is a double rook sack, guys. A double rook sack. First it's takes, and then check. Seems crazy, but actually it's not. Because if the queen takes, which is the most natural move, then queen takes d4. Check. The only place the king go is back, and then queen b6 check, followed by mate next move. Because once queen b6 check, the king can't go to c8 because of this bishop. So he has to block it with either his queen or the bishop. If he blocks it with the queen, then knight c6 is checkmate. You probably need a board for all of this. So if you have a board, just set this position up and you can see what I'm talking about. So queen takes e7, queen takes d4, king b8, queen b6 check, bishop b7, knight c6 check. Now bishop can't take knight because it's pinned. King can't go anywhere because of the bishop. King a8, and just queen here, checkmate. So set it up on the board if you need, but that's the lines that refutes taking it. So king b6. So now here comes the king hunt. So start off with, again, if you want to pause it, queen takes d4 check. Okay, it's a pretty normal move because it forces the king to come out a lot. If you play queen c5, then just the knight hangs on f6 here. So king takes, b4 check, forcing king go up even more. Now just queen c3. So the point is queen b3 check is checkmate next move. So black basically has only one option. Take with the queen. Now rook a7, threatening a6 again. The queen can't go anywhere to defend this because of queen b3 mate. So bishop b7. I think if rook d6, it's something crazy like, oh yeah, rook d6 is followed by king b2. And that's just crazy. But queen b3 is unstoppable because of queen d4, queen takes, rook takes, and then rook takes a6 mate. So if you have a board, please set this up because it is pretty brilliant. I'm probably just going to like copy paste all the moves on someplace which I can actually play the moves. But those variations are really cool and you should put them on your board. So once again, rook d6, just king b2 wins. So bishop b7, rook takes, if queen takes then queen b3 mate. Queen c4, trying to trade queens, but Kasparov says no. Takes on f6 with the threat of taking on a6. King takes a3, there's no checkmate for white, so he has to take. Bringing the king over even more. If queen takes, just queen takes b5 and rook a7 is mate. So king takes, queen a1 check, forcing the king even more. And now the king is already on d1. And then now just bishop f1. Calm, cool, and collected. So, sorry if you hear the hair dry. But queen takes f1 is followed by queen c2 check, king e1, and rook e7 check. And that leads to mate. So, rook d2. Trying to attack the queen, but just rook d7. And now he has to take because the rook is pinned. Bishop takes, pawn takes, and just queen takes. And the game is basically over after a couple trivial moves by Kasparov, and that's it. So, it's just a really cool game. Happened all in the middle actually, like crazy. Set up a board please, because although I'm probably going to be changing the setup in the near future, set up a board because all those lines are going to be pretty amazing. I have a couple stacked up actually. So yeah, just these double rooks, it's crazy. And then this king hunt is just amazing. So, I hope you enjoyed this first episode of cool, awesome chess games. I'm probably gonna call it like Chess Brilliancies. And yeah, so that's gonna be a first episode. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. Put in the comments if you are. I'm probably starting an opening series soon also. So yeah, it's gonna be it. Bye guys.